Yeah, here we go, I'm TJ Quake here again. Yeah, here we go, I'm TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer on this gaming thing. Gonna bang 'em up, gonna shoot 'em up, right here on Gaming Strang. Bang, bang, blaze it on up, TJ Quake, we're busting like the 1, 2, 3, here we go. Let's get into this, y'all. Yeah. TJ Quake, the ghetto gaming show.
You are supposed to protect the people, not rule them. The time of guardians as shepherds of humanity is over.
No!
I've been waiting so long for this. Dredge and hope.
They've shown me a vision I can't shake. New Cabal, the Barrent Imperium, sprung up out of nowhere across the system. That doesn't just happen. It's the Nine, and I'm putting together a crew to prove it. What do you say, Weapon?
Welcome to the new Mars. Now the only law on Tharsis is the gun on your hip and the light in your hands. You'll do well here. I don't relish doing business with these leeches, but we need to find out what the Dredgen are after.
You crave justice. Why die for a criminal?
Why do you hate your own kind so much? It's time to take the fight to the Imperium.
Finish it. And the Imperium is yours to lead.
What is going on here?
Next time, we meet.
Only one play left.
Oh, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. What? No. What? What? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is TJ Quake, yo, Ghetto Gamer, and I'm back here once again doing what we always do. And today we're doing a little review on Destiny 2 Renegades. Oh, lordy, what are they trying to pull up in this joint? Huh? Give me my cameraman. Over here? Back over here? We good. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is TJ Quake, the Ghetto Gamer. Welcome to my show where we do things on reviews, video gaming, streaming, movie reviews with the TJ MJ Spend Your Dollar, Save Your Dollar movie reviews. Today, we are reviewing the debut intro to Destiny 2 Renegades Star Wars. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me this isn't a poster you ain't seen before. Tell me this is not a poster you've seen before. What does that look like to you? Star Wars. Is that Luke Skywalker? I don't know. And everything. But it's a familiar background from an old poster from way back in 1977. Yes. Wait, what the heck is your cameraman? What the hee-haw, dude? Stay with me. Okay, this is an important show. This is important. All right. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, let me You guys, we are looking at something that could potentially bring Destiny back to the foreground again, back to the front lines. And I got a little bit more little clips in here for you guys to see the devs talk about some of this stuff and what's coming to be in this new Destiny 2 meets Star Wars hybrid type situation. Oh, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Could this be the thing that saves Destiny? Could it bring it back to the forefront? Like I said, it may be bring me back, because I left Destiny quite a bit ago. Everything, because it was just kind of getting the same old, not really going anywhere. Storyline was kind of, after the whole thing with, you know, the darkness and everything that happened, and it all collided, and you had the new, you know, you got the Strand, now you got the, you know, the light arcs and stuff like that, and you had that last villain, the guy with all the smoke coming out of his freaking head, and so for that dude right there, he once he was ended, that was it. It was like, it kind of went dead after that, you know. So I just kind of like, I don't know, and so forth. Things just kind of got weird. And you know me, I was always wanting a little more space, kind of freaking Odyssey vibe out of Destiny and everything. I'm still waiting to see if they'll put, you know, spaceship flying where you can control your ship. They got a dadgum X-Wing in the dadgum game now, ladies and gentlemen. A dadgum X-Wing. Yes, an X-Wing. So we're going to get a little more into this dev thing and see what they're talking about here and everything. And tell me what you guys think. Say, give me some flow down below in the comments. Tell me what you guys think. Are you guys into the Star Wars Destiny kind of combo and everything? Could it actually revive this game for you? For all you Star Wars fans that have been waiting for that next type of really cool Star Wars game. Well, could this be it for you? Could this be the game that draws you in? And perhaps revives the Star Wars, turn Star Wars into something that it should have been. Maybe? You never know. But then again, we're talking about LucasArts now meeting up with Bungie. And LucasArts, well, they kind of have a little, what do we say, progressive problem, woke problem, which is why they haven't been doing so well over there at Disney. Yeah. So hopefully the LucasArts game makers are not as woke as the movie makers over there. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking about movies, does this not sound like a movie coming to you sometime soon? Does it not? Well, it looks like it to me. Destiny to me is the only video game that I've been waiting to see a movie come out on. They make movies on all these other video games. Why not Destiny and everything? Destiny has got a full-grown background story and everything. As long as the people that make the movie actually stick to the lore of the actual game, not like what they did with The Witcher. Yeah, which nobody's watching, by the way. They got the new Witcher out. It's all about Ciri, and now she's, you know, she's into women now. I said, these people can't, they always got to make everything woke and so forth. It's ridiculous and so forth. That's why, what's his name, Henry Cavill freaking left the whole daggum thing, because he said, you guys ain't sticking to the real deal and so forth. I'm out. And they had to go get somebody else who wanted money, needed money, and he ended up, you know, being sucked into doing this. And the show ain't even about The Witcher. It's about Ciri and the freaking, you know, the witch chick and everything, and then their lesbian adventures and so forth. That's all it is now. It ain't no freaking daggone Witcher and so forth. They didn't make this thing about that. It's ridiculous. But Destiny. Let's see what we do with Destiny, you guys. They got the devs here. We're gonna check what they got to say, and don't mind me. We'll go in and out. We'll chit chat and so forth. If you guys like what you see here, please do like, subscribe, follow us on daggum Twitch, and you know, as we do, we always keep it fun and crazy right here on TJ. The Ghetto Gamer Show, and we got MBob66, as you know, my beautiful wife, who always likes to throw her special guest flavor in there with all the games that we like to play. And she'll be, I'm sorry, she'll be saying a couple things of herself. I'm sure we'll get some word from her, see what she thinks and everything, you know, because she was a Destiny 2 player along with me. So MBomb is quite familiar, and we both kind of stopped at the same time, moved on to other things, but maybe MBomb might be inclined to want to come back too. Never know. Let's see what the devs had to say on this one, you guys. Let's bring it back to that flavor, shall we? Here we go. No. Did you see that X-Wing?
Hey everybody, welcome to Bungie, or our cantina today. We have converted our stream room and
They're in a cantina. Get it? Hint, hint, cantina. Oh, you guys, this is going to be so Star Wars now. It's not even funny. And Destiny put together. We'll see. Come on, go on.
Of our upcoming release, Destiny 2 Renegades, collaborative effort with Lucasfilm Games. We are so excited. My name is Dylan. I'm going to be your host today. We have a lot to go through. Have a few housekeeping notes before we dive in. Ultimately, if you are on Twitch, if you watch for 15 minutes, we have a fantastic emblem for you to earn, Seekers, Not Saints. Make sure your Bungie.net account is linked and you will earn this reward. Additionally, our community team, hey community team, love you. They're going to be going through chat throughout this stream and after we raid Leopard Stealth, one of our good friends. We have 25 Year of Prophecy digital editions to be handing out. So make sure your DMs are open. Keep an eye out for a DM from Bungie. And yeah, you might get yourself a code for a platinum platform that we offer. So what are we talking about here today? We just had our launch trailer. Destiny 2 Renegades is launching in 7 days. Countdown right now. 7 days from now, you're going to be in there playing. We got blasters.
Now, mind you guys, that 7 days started about this. This video went. What was this? This came out. Was it yesterday? It was either yesterday or the day before. So this is about to hit here in a few more days. Not too long from now, you guys. So beware of that and everything. And actually, from what I saw, the price doesn't look too bad for the for this expansion. Go on.
We got the Praxic Blade. We have a new Vidoc that actually we are sharing today. And this is going to be called Making of a Renegade. So after we watch our Vidoc, we have a panel of developers on the couch. We're going to be talking about the Lawless Frontier, our new activity that is coming with this experience, full of loot, full of fun experiences, and all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's watch a new Vidoc, Vidoc 2, Making of a Renegade. Take it away.
This is Destiny of the Star Wars lens, like this really cool combination that hasn't been done before.
I can't wait to take a Praxic Blade to Mars.
Don't be...
Did you see that right there? Let's look at that again. Right there. Look at that again.
This is Destiny of the Star Wars lens, like this really cool combination that hasn't been done before.
I can't wait to take a Praxic Blade to Mars.
Look at that! Look at that! A Praxic Blade, or what do you say? Praxic Blade or Brixit Blade? Praxic Blade, Brixit Blade, Praxic Blade, something like that. It's a lightsaber. it's a lightsaber, okay, you guys, and everything. And they do lightsaber Jedi type stuff in here. They got the dark side and the light side, which Destiny 2 had already accomplished because, of course, that was something probably they took from Star Wars and they implemented in Destiny from way back. But yeah. It's here to stay, you guys, and it's like they're merging these two, and we're literally getting Star Wars and Destiny combination, as he just said. Go on.
Don't be a ridiculous fan. Just stay cool.
Wait, we gotta swat it up and play through. Oh yeah.
Dude, it's like Han Solo's freaking pistol right there. Look at it, he's got a jetpack like freaking Boba Fett.
This is why we got into games in the first place.
Look at that shiz. Freaking X-Wings.
Early on, we developed this North Star, authentically Destiny, unmistakably Star Wars. It has to be something that feels like a Destiny story. It can't feel like a one-off. This can't feel like a side quest, right? Like this has to be a continuation of the Fate Saga.
I got this vision. I knew it came from the 9.
But with Star Wars beats and Star Wars visual.
You guys, that's an AT-AT. That's a freaking AT-AT walker. It's an AT-AT walker. Dude, I saw one scene on here, and I'm sure you guys will see it and everything. It's literally Jabba the Hutt's palace. You see it from the outside. You go, dude, that's Jabba the Hutt's palace. Hello. Here we go.
This was uncharted territory for Lucasfilm Games, and that this is the first time we're telling a story inspired by Star Wars within a different universe.
At the heart of like
that's key,
every
you guys.
Guardian's
A
identity
different
is
universe.
like this healthy, independent, rebellious streak.
We were excited to actually explore that scoundrel fantasy, bounty hunters, the syndicates going out and doing jobs with a ragtag team. We took inspiration from Star Wars to ensure the scale, visual language, soundtrack.
Now, you guys, as you saw right there, now that was obviously the waiting screen normally, but you saw the 3 ships flying off and everything. Now, what I'm hoping they would possibly implement into this game, and maybe they'll do it down the line. I'm not sure if they're doing it still yet, but make it to where we can actually fly the actual vehicles. Wouldn't you guys like to be able to fly your ships? These cool ass ships that we get? Be able to fly them and actually fight and fight in them and you know, space aerial combat. That's what I'm waiting for. I would love for that. They got the potential to do that right now. I hope they freaking grasp that. Take a hold of that. Maneuver.
Cinematic storytelling in Renegades delivered on everything fans will have come to expect from the franchise.
The Praxic Blade collaboration stands out to me.
Because lightsabers are so iconic, it was absolutely critical to get that balance right.
The team at Lucasfilm Games was just so solutions focused. It wasn't, it has to be this way. It was a lot of back and forth and asking questions about how would this work? Well, let's talk about it. All right, so we need a different energy source. Okay, what would that look like?
It was all about like what is best for the player.
That is best for the player. Lightsabers is best for the player.
James
I love
may
it.
or may not have been wearing a fighter pilot helmet.
Yeah. Destiny and Star Wars shared that same beating heart. I was like, oh, this is going to be special.
Universe expanded. Ooh.
We were given such a unique challenge. How can we achieve the aesthetic and the feel of Star Wars without losing the narrative threads that we've created so far for Destiny at the same time?
It wasn't until we found our footing with creating a foundation in Destiny that things started to click together.
I remember the first time that we went down to San Francisco. We had this really big meeting where it was the Destiny narrative folks on one side and the Star Wars narrative folks on the other side. We broke the ice by just asking, what's the bad version of this? We had a really good laugh over what that looked like. And through that, we kind of uncovered that this should be the aesthetic, the vibe of Star Wars with the truth to Destiny's narrative that we knew needed to be there too.
You guys realize that that's the sand creature that lived in the desert in the desert on Tatooine and everything. I keep forgetting what the name of that creature was in there and everything. The sand scourge or something like that. You know, the one that they were going to throw Han Solo into and Luke and all them into that thing, and that thing was going to friggin' had the little tentacles coming up, and Lando Calrissian got caught, his leg caught on it because he almost fell in there and so forth. Oh yeah, and by the way, Boba Fett fell in this thing, got eaten up by it, and then ended up surviving somehow. Oh, that's right. He flew out of it with his jetpack. That's how they describe it in the the new show, the Boba Fett show that came out. Everything. Very interesting stuff. But yeah, that's it right there, you guys. They put it right there. So is this Tatooine? Or is this a different planet? I'm trying to figure out, but with this bringing these things together, are they going to still use those planets' names, or are they going to be in different places and they just kind of, giving it a different vibe? Just don't fall in that thing, though.
We begin 2 months after the Edge of Fate has happened. The world has moved and changed, and we're still trying to figure out what Binding the Nine means.
The Vanguard have redacted the prophecy of extinction.
They don't want the public to panic over this prophecy.
The crux of our story is the Drifter asking us to help him break Vanguard law for good reason to confront a new rising faction of Cabal called the Barren Imperium. It's what drives Eris to help the Drifter out, as well as the player Guardian.
When we were thinking about what kinds of characters should be in this release, we thought about the
Imperium,
kinds of archetypes we see.
They're going to be a new
Star
stormtrooper.
Wars.
And Drifter is an easy parallel.
The Cabal
He
is
and
now a
Han Solo
stormtrooper.
share a cocky attitude, both former criminals.
In Star Wars, there's a plethora of sassy droids. We have our own version of that through Ghosts, and Blue is no exception.
Oh, look. Thanks for nothing.
Blue is a Drifter's ghost, and I think as soon as people hear her, they'll be delighted and incredibly surprised.
Our voice cast is stacked. Dredgen Bale is portrayed by Alex Lee, who is amazing.
You are supposed to protect the people, not rule them.
And we also got...
What line was that from? I believe that was from the Phantom of the Menace. Or not the Phantom of the Menace, but what was the last one? The Return. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting all the daggum. The last three, the first three of the Phantom of the Menace. Then you had Return of the Dark Knight or something like that. Or Return of the Rise of the Night of the Dark Knight. I'm forgetting the daggum names. everything. You know when Obi-Wan and Anakin both had a fight. And Obi-Wan says to Anakin after he slices his legs and arms off, "You're supposed to be the chosen one. You're supposed to bring unity back to the democracy, not destroy it." Anyways, carry on.
Hollywood actual royalty Danny Houston to play Premier Loom, the head of the Barrent Imperium. Being able to work with someone from that kind of IMDb page was such an honor, and I was completely normal the whole time.
Surrender to the Barrett Imperium.
Loom became this sweeping militaristic figure that I think is going to be a really good parallel to Grand Moff Tarkin or other evil military leaders from the Empire.
So even though we're introducing new characters, we're still looking backwards at some of Destiny lore's most long-standing characters. Honor is another example of that. She's our Praxic warlock.
She's loosely meant to be a parallel to something like a Jedi in Star Wars. She was part
She's
of
a Jedi.
Vanguard Internal Affairs
exactly
group
what she
that would
is.
police Guardians on the usage of darkness.
Don't make me regret abandoning my post to help you.
Not now, Honor.
Yeah, she has to grow up with the times a little bit because the world has changed and a whole lot of people are using darkness now, and she gets to grow and kind of ask herself, like, am I still adhering to my own values if I allow myself to be open to these kinds of ideas?
The Drifter belongs with us.
The Drifter left your cult long ago.
And then there's Bale, Dredgen Bale.
Dredgen is a dark guardian that represents
He's
absolute
Darth Maul,
darkness.
is what he is.
Dredgen Bale doesn't like the fact that we're ruled
That's Darth
by
Maul.
a city of immortals who can't step down and that weren't elected. He's got kind of a point, but his methods for addressing that point suck. He makes many bad choices. One of my favorite parts about a lot of villains in Star Wars is that they have just like the capability of making a right choice and then consistently do not make good choices.
Bale is trying to fill a hole in his life in all the wrong ways.
And he just can't, and he never will. But man, we're gonna hope that he does someday.
A time of guardians as shepherds of humanity.
Kind of like Darth Vader. Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker kind of thing. Is that what that is?
This has been an opportunity where you love Destiny, you love Star Wars, you want to do something with both.
You're
What are you
damn
gonna put
straight.
into it?
Oh
Let's
my God,
do
it was such a challenge at first, finding that sweet spot of how do we make something that can live in both worlds and not feel out of place in either, but also feel totally new and exciting. It wasn't always about
That is
where
the
do we
key, you
find
guys.
the exact middle
Blending
ground,
the two.
50-50
How
Star
can you
Wars
do
and
it?
Destiny, because at that point, you're feeling almost a little derivative.
There's those moments along the way when we were like, this is just Star Wars.
Did you guys see what I just saw right there? Was that not the trash compactor scene? Is that what that was? Wait.
In both worlds and not feel out of place in either, but
That was the
also
trash
feel
compactor
totally
scene.
new and
What?
exciting. It wasn't always about where do we find the exact middle ground, 50-50
Hear
Star
the
Wars
music?
and Destiny, because at that point,
Oh, Empire
you're
Strikes Back
feeling almost a
style.
little derivative.
There's those moments along the
Dude, ladies and gentlemen, the trash compactor scene. They're literally doing the trash compactor scene from Star Wars. Really? I mean, I get it. You guys want to do Star Wars and so, but yeah, you're gonna really take from the scene from the Star Wars and put it in the game? Is this what you're doing? Okay. I mean, I get it. I know nostalgia is great and all, but come on now. You guys are going to put the trash compactor scene, the notorious trash compactor scene is being put in the game. Oh, okay.
away when we were like, this is just Star Wars. This is not the purpose of the collaboration. We want to have something kind of new that makes you think of both. I remember when we were trying to figure out what we're going to do with...
the trash compactor scene's not new. That scene's already been done.
We started in that place where it's just Cabal wearing a stormtrooper outfit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until we injected more of that weird alien design of a lot of these armor sets. That was kind of what switched it over from this is too derivative to this is really working. I think it comes through in the visuals and every single map. There are little Easter eggs and little treats here and there that we hit around, and Lucasfilm Games has been awesome at collaborating with us and even putting some of their input onto our maps so we can really give the players something exciting.
The switch.
Well, I've been seeing the Easter eggs all over the place already in just this preview.
This collaboration was the Syndicates.
Yeah.
We're going places with the Vex and the Elixni and the Cabal that we really weren't going to go before.
Oh yeah, and trench coats.
And trench coats, yeah. We have Vex in trench coats that are playing cards. It's so awesome, and I don't think we would have dared do that if we didn't have this opportunity.
No, and it was the perfect time in our universe to do it too. The Star Wars fans on the team just start coming out, telling their stories about what they're excited to build, and far be it for me to get in the way.
We make a lot of weapons in Destiny.
Is that not Chewbacca's freaking
literal
rifle?
Of guns. And
understatement,
right?
That's Chewbacca's crossbow blade.
And make something that feels new, but also
rifle
does justice for Star Wars. And blaster was
Leia's
really
pistol?
obviously the choice.
Han Solo's blaster.
There's dynamic blasters, which are intended to be harder hitting, firing a ton. Brute force. And then we have a number of balance blasters. As you're shooting, and the heat is building up, you're going to have a venting opportunity where you can hit a perfect vent. It's like functionally a reload, so you can start shooting again.
That's freaking. I'm digging some of these weapons, dude. Look at these weapons, dude. What the heck?
I gotta ask though, what about those Cabal blasters? Are they accurate?
What difficulty are you playing on?
As we all know, the stormtroopers are never accurate with their shooting.
We have swords in Destiny, but we don't have a Praxic sword. We don't have a lightsaber approximate. It's an exotic primary weapon that's kinetic, where you can reflect.
That's all I'm talking about right there, you guys.
Kill enemies.
That's the main thing that's bringing me into this.
Out and get a ton of damage. Having the sandbox be able to explore this new ability ecosystem. With
this is what it needs to be like. Look at this shit.
We've taken so much of this opportunity and turned it into what we can grow.
Every corner of the game, from the art, the design, the audio, the music, the UI, the rewards, completely infused with the magic of the collaboration. It's really been a real treat to be a part of.
Yeah, it's super satisfying.
You guys. They're bringing everything Star Wars to Destiny. Everything Star Wars is coming to Destiny. I mean, this shit is off the chain. Wait, why are you over there? This fool always messing around with this camera, dude. Can you stay with me, please? Jeez. It's everywhere. Star Wars on this bad boy. There's Easter eggs. You can say there's Easter eggs, and they're not hard to find, and so forth. And now they got a full orchestra that's doing a full-on new theme, Destiny / Star Wars music kind of combining. And Destiny already had a dope, ridiculous soundtrack for some of the stuff that they had in there. The soundtrack with Destiny was always orchestrated like a Star Wars type of orchestration, but now you're bringing that kind of both those combined it. So you're going to get those little elements of Empire-ish kind of sounding themes, Phantom of the Menace sounding themes, Emperor sounding themes, Vader's March sounding kind of themes, combined it with the Destiny, so it mixes it and kind of makes it a little different. Yeah. That's what you're getting, and that's what now they're getting to show you with the symphony that they're using and the way they're doing with the music and so forth. Unbelievable stuff, dude. There's also the making of what these weapons can do, and we're gonna get to that right now because I know you guys want to know. Well, what are the weapons going to be like? What are all these other things going to be like, and so forth? So let's find out what those other things will be like. I'm willing to go right now, and let's get to those guys who actually create the weapons and stuff of that nature, because those are the guys that we want to talk to next. So let's go here, and our boy right here is going to give us the some of the developers that are behind the abilities for Destiny's powers, the guys that are behind the weaponry and the maps and things like that, the dungeons and so forth. Let's do that real quick, shall we? And move along if we can.
Make a Renegade. This is our moment to really peel back the curtain and show you how games are made. It's a monumental effort, and what you saw was a mix of our narrative design, audio, our collaboration efforts with Lucasfilm Games. Many thanks to everyone involved. Also, a few folks that weren't pictured there, ranging from design, production, test. Even a shout out, I got to give it to IT for keeping our computers running, and our services folks too for keeping our servers running. So. Today we're going to be talking about the Lawless Frontier. This is our new activity coming with Destiny 2 Renegades, and we have 3 developers on our couch to talk us through what we're seeing. It'll
this
be
is where the details come in, you guys. This is where the details come in.
Eric Smith, we're starting with you.
DMG, Damage 04. Yes, my name is Eric Smith. I am a combat design lead on Destiny 2.
You guys, why did they have to put the he, him pronoun shiz in there? Really? See, you guys are already starting off woke. Okay, already I don't like that. Everything. He, him. Eric Smith, he, him. Can we stop with the stupid pronoun stuff? I already know it's a he. I don't need to know, is it a he, him, she, dee, do? Come on, man. Do we got to do that? When in the 80s and then all up through the early 2000s, did we ever go off and say I'm a she, them? Call me she, them. Call me Erther. Come on, man. Dang.
You know me from my work where I was the design lead on the Strand subclasses. I started kind of making the stasis abilities, and most recently the Renegades ability buffs.
Awesome. Yeah, next up, Tom Farnsworth. This is the first time that you and I are in a stream together, but a quick introduction for folks that may not have seen you in previous ViDocs.
Yeah, so I'm Tom, the creative lead for Renegades.
See? There it is. He, him. Tom Farnsworth. You can't just leave it just Tom Farnsworth. And everything. Creative, Destiny creative lead. I don't need to know his pronoun. I already know it's a he. And if it's not a he, then okay, you fooled me greatly. Okay? I don't need to know all that shit.
And I've been at Bungie for I can't even remember, 13, 14 years. Worked on Destiny 1, Destiny 2. The highlights were probably Dreaming City, Season of the Splicer, 30th and Into the Light were the most recent things I worked on leading in this, but this has been an absolute blast to work on.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining us today. And last but not least, our grid skipper aficionado, Taylor Bjorndal. How are you doing?
Great. Taylor Bjorndal, associate weapons designer. Here to talk about all the rewards and blasters and the practice played and all the other stuff we made for you to chase.
Awesome. Yeah, so just for folks,
Proxy
if you end
Blade
up
is
missing
what I really
anything,
want to
if we
know
go
more
a little
about.
bit fast, we got a lot to pack through. We'll have a VOD on Twitch and YouTube after this, and if you missed our VIDoc or the launch trailer, those will be uploaded as well. So what we're seeing on screen right now, we're launching into our Lawless Frontier activity. Tom, I would love to put the spotlight on you. Let's give a quick description. What is the Lawless Frontier?
So the Lawless Frontier is our core game mode in Renegades. You're going to play through some of the campaign, but it's really what comprises our end game. And the idea is that you're a renegade, you're taking on these shady jobs like bounty hunting, smuggling, and sabotage from our syndicates, and you're doing so to increase your notoriety, your power, and your riches.
So this right here, you guys, they're going to be showing you a little bit of the gameplay.
Yeah, and when you talk about
kind of going through kind of like a little quest
that kind of stuff,
mission. So they're showing you little knickknacks right here.
Activity, right?
Yeah, their bounty hunting is all about taking out a key syndicate boss. Sabotage is about blowing the heck out of everything with your renegade abilities, dropping airstrikes on Cabal vehicles, and smuggling is about grabbing everything that isn't tied down.
Yep. In true fashion, when you're going into a dangerous spot, you got to just grab whatever you can find.
Dude,
right?
him throwing
so
the lightsaber is so
on bounty hunt,
that is
and I
just
believe
so
you said
awesome
this is kind
right
of like
there.
a quintessential
Look at that
Destiny vibe
mess.
of an activity, right?
Yeah, it's probably the closest to a traditional Destiny activity, but you're going to start in the ready room, which is kind of a unique experience, and you're going to be able to pick your renegade abilities in there from your little shank buddy that's in there. You'll hop aboard Hawk, and you'll drop down to the destination. You can see we're already in on one of the Mars maps that we have. There are all these jobs take place across Mars, Venus, and Europa, and there's 2 maps on each destination. This is Hellas Fortitude, and right now we're doing a bounty hunt, and we're working to draw out the intel officers to track down where our target is. After this, there'll be a resurgence of the security forces of that target. They'll have a classic boss fight, but with a bunch of wrinkles thrown in for gameplay here of things, hazards that are at play, your abilities, maybe an invader, which we'll talk about later, and then you'll exfil with your bounty and get some.
Yeah, I'm curious to the renegade abilities that are going to be in there now.
Your currencies.
There's always new abilities, dude. I love it.
Or maybe some of the cosmetics and customizations for the Praxis Blade we're going to talk about later.
Awesome. Yeah, and I mean, so as we're going through this, we're going to be seeing a lot of abilities that players know and love on screen, but we have new abilities, renegade abilities, that are going to be for this activity. And Eric, you're going to be
talk about those.
Our person of knowledge here.
Yeah.
What do we got on screen?
Yeah, so Renegade Abilities is a new ability system we have in Renegades. What you do is we have a brand new button for you to press. That's going to be R3 on the controller and then Z on the keyboard. And that's going to kind of switch you into a different mode that gives you new abilities for your grenade and your melee. That sends out one of these tokens. We have here on the screen, you can see we have one called Revitalize that heals you and provides you with ability energy. And then we have the other one, which is the Deflector Shield, which is this zone I can sit inside and shoot out of, and it blocks all the incoming damage. It's also going
Dude, that's
to,
bad.
for my
That,
allies who are inside
Deflector
the
Shield?
shield, it will amplify them and then jolt any enemies who pass through it. And all of these have 7 levels of upgrades. So when you first start, they will have certain functionality and certain strength, and as you upgrade them, they're going to get better and better. And they really change the gameplay, right? Like they're kind of these pocket supers almost, that as a hunter, I'm able to be like, I'm going to build support, right? I'm going to choose these 2 support renegade abilities and make sure my team has what they need to survive this tough environment. You can also see in this mode we have non-regenerating health. So things like that Revitalize renegade ability are really going to come in handy to be like, we need to take a quick heal, let's pop over here to some safety, and anyone can build into that if that's what they want. We have things like vehicles that you can pull in or you can call down from your ship. So that's one thing. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? So now you'll be able to call down vehicles, certain vehicles like the AT-AT Walker and so forth, because I saw that in one of the things where you can actually call that down and everything. And you can call it down from your ship. So your ship is going to be a little bit more diverse now as far as maybe things that you can use it for, like calling down ships, calling down strikes. From what I hear, you'll be able to call down like a strike from your ship and everything to an area. Oh, yeah. Let's keep it going.
Well, before we get to the ship, actually, let's talk a little bit more about the health mechanics in here. because we had this in some previous activities like Nether, and we got a ton of great feedback on like how much you get back, how you get it back, and I've seen already in this activity, as you're going through, there are some pots, there's some ways that you can get it, there are the Renegade's abilities, but Tom, if you want to talk a little bit more about it.
We took Nether as a base, but I'd say this is a little bit more forgiving. The way that health works is, yeah, you've got a large pool of health. It does not regenerate at the top level, but if you get down to 0, it will regenerate to the base shield, so you got some of the red flashing screen. And you can either use a normal sandbox like a rift, a healing, a support weapon. You can crack open these pots that have those little healing orbs you can see on the screen to get some of your health back. Or you can use things like Revitalize and like build your Renegade abilities into kind of dealing with those kind of challenges we're putting in front of you. And one thing that I really like about this mode is like we've got, you know, Expert, Master, Grandmaster, and on Grandmaster you're really gonna need to use all these abilities that kind of like coordinate with your teammates and kind of build a loadout to kind of conquer the challenges we put in front of you.
Awesome. Yeah, so going back to, you had mentioned the ship when we're using our Renegade abilities. And I think earlier, outside of the Dome, there was kind of like an airstrike that happened too, right?
Yeah, we have a strafing run that you can upgrade, and your ship, so the one that you have customized and put your shader on, will fly through the arena and drop bombs in sequence, right? And as I upgrade this, it gets more and more devastating until it like is, you know, beyond any of the supers we have in the game. It is.
Did you hear that? You'll be able to upgrade your ship with these type of things, these strikes that can fly through the screen on the battlefield and fly over and then freaking throw down chaos in an area, and you can upgrade that freaking destruction and it'll get better and better to the point where it'll be beyond any of your actual superpowers that you already have. This is what your ship will be capable of. So they're finally allowing your ship to do a little bit more than just be an eyepiece in space for waiting to go on to the next planet. Which I still wish they gave you the ability to fly that thing. But this is a step in the right direction. At least your ship's able to do a little bit more than just be an eyepiece. I like that.
It's incredible. There's another one that is the Cabal drop pod. And what that does is, you know, if you're familiar with a Cabal drop pod, it is this giant metal ball that slams into the ground. And in this case, it is almost like a supply drop because it's full of ammo. And it's also going to squish anything under it. And it does incredible damage. Not only that, but it will damage you and your teammates. So you got to be really careful.
It will delete them.
Yeah, just delete them. You got to be careful where you drop this.
Offensive supply drop.
Yeah, but you can be the Cabal now. You can turn it around on them.
Yeah. So Bjorndal, we've had you kind of sitting quiet over there. I'd love to talk about the blasters that our players have been using. So in the Vidoc, we were talking about the balanced blaster and the dynamic blaster. Can you break down each, just a quick review of each, and then we can talk through some of the reload mechanics?
Yep, sure. So yeah, we have 2 sets of blasters, or 2 different kinds of blasters. The dynamics are...
And mind you, you guys, I just want to say this. Mind you, okay. The things that they're doing with the ship thing, if that's one thing that they're doing with the ship, imagine what other things that they'll start implementing with the ships. I just had to bring that in there because I'm a very big ship guy. And since how they're going to be bringing an X-Wing into the thing and so forth, you know, I would love to see more shiz happen with the ships that we have. Piloting them, those type of things, you know, space-to-base combat, that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that while they're doing that, they're thinking of maybe some other things that might happen. Maybe your ship comes by, you get in your ship, and you could do a flyover, you know, yourself, or some aerial combat type thing. I'm just saying, it's always possible. They're always moving, you know, it looks like they're moving it in a more directional area to utilize your ship a little bit more, and that could be a good move as for the future of what can happen with the ships in itself. So I just wanted to say that and everything. Let's get back to the video. Yeah. Why am I back?
They're like more aggressive, harder hitting, faster rate of fire. They can like generally punch above their weight class, but they're like a little bit harder to manage heat on. The balanced blasters is more like a rain of bullets. Like I'm just gonna unload on a big pack of stuff and like really have like a deep mag.
Cool. And what you can see on screen right here, these are going to be all the blasters that you can get from running our Lawless Frontier activity, and then we'll actually have a slate of blasters that you can earn through the dungeon, which we'll talk a little bit about later. But yeah, when it came to really balancing blasters and bringing them into Destiny as a new kind of weapon type, I would love to hear what were the challenges, what was some of the fun in developing those things with the team?
Absolutely, yeah. So like one of the things that was in the Vidoc was kind of finding the balance of like how much Star Wars versus how much Destiny we wanted on these things, and it was a collaborative effort with basically everybody on the team. These were Mercule's project for most of this release. But it was like a big effort on design, test, animation, audio to really sell the experience of using these and to make them look and feel the part for like what people would expect from both the Destiny gun and the Star Wars blaster.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, since we're on the topic of loot and gear, our Guardian right now is using the new Praxic Blade and also getting smashed by a Cabal drop pod. But I'd love to hear about the customization that y'all developed for this. And this can be Tom and Bjorn talk to it, yeah?
Sure. Yeah, so you're going to get the Praxic Blade by collaborating with Honor throughout the campaign. She's going to like deem you worthy of earning it. You'll go on a cool little quest that I don't want to spoil to earn one for yourself. And then post-campaign, you're going to unlock the ability to customize it. You're going to be able to change out your dark matter crystals and change the color of the blade to match your personality. And you're going to be able to change a bunch of different mods and gameplay elements, right?
Yeah,
I like that.
So there's a whole bunch of different things you kind of swap to fit your playstyle on this, where we have forms, cores, mods, and 4 different catalysts on it. And the forms kind of change like how you can get ammo back and give you some damage bonuses based off of different gameplay styles. And the cores let you apply subclass verbs to a different part of what the weapon does, depending on something that matches your subclass. So like you can add sever to like the saber throw, or something else like weaken or jolting.
Yeah, it creates these really cool combos where I am strike, I'm throwing to debuff enemies and then getting it back and striking again.
Yeah, and during a couple of our trial runs with this,
so you can
were
create
talking about
combos with
some
these
animations
things
and different combos in your melee structure, right?
Yeah. So there's like a 3 or 4 hit combo you can do where you will end it with like a big spinny move that's like very thematic, almost kind of like how the Arc Staff has like the little hidden combo there.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I did want to call out, we also saw the Renegade ability, the turret that we have. It is called the Piker Mortar, and it is like the strongest turret we've ever built. Like it is, it has crazy range, crazy damage, and is a really nice, I'm going to throw this thing out to manage this part of the map. Yeah, while I deal with other stuff.
Perfect.
Oh, that's cool. So you can get turrets
as we're
now?
coming to the end of this activity, I'd love to just know kind of some of the narrative dressing. So as you're going into the Lawless Frontier, it's our activity, but also kind of like the feel of this experience. And there's a turf war going on. I know, Robbie, in a previous stream, we were talking about the turf war a bit, but Tom, if you could expand on that and how that sets up this activity.
Sure. So in the end game, the syndicates are in this kind of ongoing turf war across Mars, Venus, and Europa, and you can kind of take advantage of that by taking on their contracts that they offer and kind of winning out the day for them. But in doing so, you can extract maximum power, profits, rewards from them, and you can take anything you earn through engaging in these jobs and completing these priority contracts they offer. You can go back to the social space. You can they each have their own reward track, like the Pikers, the Tharsis Reformation. They offer weapons to unlock, new abilities, upgrades for those abilities. Some elements or mods for the Praxic Blade, and a whole bunch of other things, like some shaders too. So you can kind of like rep your favorite syndicate on your armor, which is pretty cool. It's definitely with the Lawless Frontier, it's one of the most cohesive and deepest modes we've ever built. Like everything from this mode ties into the holo map, into the different mini game modes within it, into the social space. So like it's going to be exciting to see players kind of peel back all the layers and maybe get into some the darker corners like Invasion.
Yeah, and I mean, so we've progressed. We've defeated the boss that we were hunting down for our bounty hunt. And this portion of the activity is kind of emblematic of we're in a lawless frontier that's dangerous. Even after you've finished your objective, now it looks like you got to fight your way out.
Yeah, so every job in the lawless frontier, in this case bounty hunt, like it escalates over time. So it gets harder the longer you're there. So there's real pressure to get in, do your objective, and get out. Just so like right now we're in the exfil. This is the final moments of the activity. You send up a flare, you call your ship in. The Cabal are pouring down on you here. You're throwing out your renegade abilities, and you're just trying to survive until your ship gets there. In this case, each of the 3 jobs, bounty hunt, smuggle, and sabotage, have their own unique mechanic. So for bounty hunt, you have to take out these 3 mini bosses, which we call retaliators here.
You guys, so they got all kinds of cool missions, and I like the way they're doing this bounty hunter thing, and that you had to finish this thing up before so that your ship will come and get rescue you, kind of thing. It's taking some almost kind of like some survival kind of games, like Arc Raiders type of vibe. You got to go into the mission, complete the mission, and hurry up and get to the spot where you can be, taken out of there. Hurry up and don't miss the ship that's going to take you, get you out of the danger zone. So hurry up and do what you got to do. Finish your little mission and then get to the drop zone as quick as possible so you can make it out of there and so forth. This has a little bit of that, and from what it sounds like in these renegade missions that they're talking about and everything, these bounty hunter missions and whatnot. It sounds very interesting. An actually new, different type of thing of a quest type involved with Destiny. Very interesting, you guys. It's got me very intrigued. Proceed.
Yeah, so as our fire team is fighting their way out, we actually do have a preview of a fun exotic that's coming with the reward pass in Destiny 2 Renegades. I believe we have a preview that we can share. But Bjorndal, if you could give a quick overview of our exotic machine.
We love exotics.
So this is the Service of Luzaku. It's a very unique machine gun. It's almost like a necromancer, broodweaver theme, where you turn your enemies into these little nests of threadlings that you can shoot and then spawn more and build it up to control like a space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and threadlings just got a buff, correct?
Threadlings did get a buff. They're smarter than they were before.
Oh, threadlings?
Yeah,
because I use threadlings. I use threadlings
more appropriately. Over the last few weeks, we've been doing a series of blog articles with y'all on the Sandbox team talking about the core.
I totally see the Warlock being the guy that's the Jedi with the lightsaber. It's so Warlock.
Your supers, your subclass abilities, all that kind of stuff that we just previewed yesterday. Mm-hmm. One of which Warlock focused was around threadlings, your strand abilities. If you want to cover that really quick.
Yeah, so you can see here the Warlock is moving while rifting, which is a huge kind of quality of life upgrade that allows you to dodge attacks, get into cover, close the gap while you're casting your ability. Works really well with the new Warlock exotic as well.
So
there are, if you haven't seen that article we put out yesterday, please check it out. There's a lot of great buffs. We've shown hunters a lot of love. We love our hunters. We want them to feel powerful.
Yeah, we saw some feedback with the exotic tuning article. Hunters were like,
sure,
wait, I want to see more, which in the future we will definitely have more. But in the abilities
preview. Talk about the future, but we can't. But because there's a lot of exciting hunter stuff that we are working on.
So with the abilities updates for Hunter.
What I want to know is what PvP is going to be like with all this stuff. How is PvP going to play with this stuff, especially with lightsabers? Like, can you literally have some lightsaber fights in PvP? That is going to be some interesting flavor. I would like to see what an actual PvP fight with lightsabers, or the proxy blade, as they call it now. I would love to see what that's going to be like. Oh, that would be you guys getting tingles going up my spine and my shoulders. Keep it going.
Golden Gun got a pass?
Yeah, so Golden Gun got a pass, does more damage, and now scorches on impact. We fixed an issue where you had to step outside of your well to get full damage. Now you can stay in the well. Outside of that, we saw in the gameplay Gunpowder Gamble. If you throw it and you shoot it before it explodes naturally, it does more damage, more radius, and also spits out little kind of seeker projectiles.
Yeah, and as we're getting our loot,
Dude, that's cool.
We need to cover
it explodes and it seeks out projectiles. What?
Sentinel. Yeah,
they're
Sentinel
doing that.
Shield, we're excited about this one.
That would be the
Sentinel
shiz of the
Shield
PvP fight.
is getting a shift a little bit.
That's what I'm
rework, right?
Yeah,
that's what I want to see happen.
The usage rates weren't great, and we want to provide something that is kind of on par with well, as far as like, what am I going to take into a raid to support my team? So in Renegades, your Sentinel Shield, as you're holding it up, your allies behind your shield are going to auto reload, and there's just kind of rhythm to it. So if you can fire at the right time, you can just like rocket. So it is like the actual like damage increase is big. Not only that, but as I guard my enemies and the shield takes damage, I'm charging this bar up that charges up my shield throw, and at full charge, that shield throw is going to do Thunder Crash level damage, which, you know, depending on how players use it, maybe you even get 2 of those.
This make me want to go back and play my Guardian guy.
Strong.
I mean, my
and that's what we want, right? We want
to
provide
my heavy class
that power fantasy to players. I think, you know, this era
that's
of
pretty good.
Destiny is like fun first.
Yeah.
We want players to have a great time and feel overpowered.
Yes.
Hold you to it. Yeah,
I want to be overpowered.
But
I want to be OP.
So we finished our activity, our first run of the Lawless Frontier. Now we're going to go into another. And Tom, you had mentioned invasions earlier in the stream, and this is going to be our opportunity to show a little bit of that. Flavor. We're going to look at some of the UI in the orbit screens and our new holo map, and then we're going to show what it is to be invaded. New optional activity type as well, right?
Yeah. So in Invasion, like you might be familiar with Gambit. This is kind of like a new take on that kind of familiar mechanic here in Renegades, and we want players that kind of take on the role of a bounty hunter working for the syndicates, tracking down these renegades that are, you know, messing up their operations, taking out their commanders, stealing their stuff. And so you get to be kind of play on the other side here. You get to play on the opposition. So you're allied with all of the enemy combatants on the field. You can kind of wade in amongst them and pick and choose the strategic moment where you want to kind of like lash out at these players and like steal their bounty.
Yeah.
And
so how do you launch
kind of interesting.
So here's the holo map, just for everybody. This is kind of a standard interface for the Lawless Frontier. This is how you access the social space, all of our jobs, and then in the end game we unlock the yellow node, which is invasion, and the red node, which is the contested territory. So we can take a look at the contested node here. This is where all, like, every day the syndicates are fighting over one of the maps on each of the planets, and you can kind of, as a defender, kind of throw in your pledge to the side you want to fight for. But these are also invadable nodes. So one thing I want to highlight is that invasion is opt-in. It's not a requirement. So if players don't want to deal with PvP, they can do like an expert difficulty for this, or they can just go to any of these other nodes on the map here that aren't invadable.
Oh no, it's all about the PvP. It's all about the PvP.
Node on the highest difficulties, like that's where the highest rewards are. That's where the invasion is. Now, on the other side, if you're an invader, you don't need to worry about the nodes. You can just go to the invasion node. You need to have some death marks, which are a currency you earn by playing by just playing Lawless Frontier. You'll just accumulate them. And one interesting wrinkle here is you can actually wager those for additional rewards. So if we go to the little pane here on the side, there's these things. There's the death marks. You can interact with them two or three times to double and triple your rewards. Which obviously you're taking on some risk here. If you go do an
like
invasion
gambling.
and it doesn't go your way, you could lose those tokens. But I think a lot of players are going to want to do this because they can just get triple rewards on each invasion, which is really exciting. And on the other side, for people being invaded, you know, if you take the invader down, you're gonna get more time on the clock. You're gonna get some revives back, and every time you kill an invader, they have the chance to drop extractables, which are rewards you can dunk at the end of the activity to get bonus armor, weapons. Yeah.
Stellar. So let's get
That's
our invader
cool,
launched in
actually.
here. We'll go back to our gameplay team.
Yep.
But while we're loading in, let's talk about what is the actual.
That's like a whole new. That's like a whole new PvP kind of like a style of playing. You know, you have your area which you control, and then you're on missions there, but people can come in and invade your territory and try to take those, win that loot before you get it, kind of thing. And so they can come in there and invade. They got to pay into doing the invading, and they can, wager on what they're going to get to triple or quadruple, whatever their flow. And then you have to prevent them fools from getting away with the invasion, kind of like in Gambit. But in Gambit, only one person at a time can invade on your like kind of mission, and all three of you guys can go after that guy and jack him up. But in this one, it sounds like all three fools can come in there and mess with your behind, which is a whole other ball game together. And the way that it's sounding, it's a whole new PvP style of gameplay, a whole new PvP style mode that we're looking at here. This is pretty interesting.
Like kind of approach to invasions. What are the objectives aside from seeking out guardians and destroying them?
Yeah. So as an invader, you're gonna start in the ready room, which we're gonna show in a minute here. You're gonna pick your loadout, like what's the right renegade abilities to bring in, and we've seen in playtest there's like a lot of different fun combos here. Like, are you gonna bring in the deflector shield, and then like the other team's gonna drop one, and then you're fighting on the Venn diagram of the deflector shields, or are you gonna just be a little more brute force and drop a behemoth and like kind of like, but try to be sneaky about it? And that's pretty hard to be sneaky in a giant walker, but you want to really pick those moments as the invader, because your goal here is to get 6 kills or 3 kills and 3 caress. Like, you've got 6 points you need to get. You've got about 5 minutes to do it. You've got 3 lives. You've got just enough time to really kind of like get in there, see where they are, kind of like rotate around, and then do a surgical strike, and then try to get them all in one go. And if you're lucky, you can do that, but you've got a few chances. And on the other side, they're going to know you're there. They're going to see that there's an invader on the field, but they're also trying to juggle the objectives that are on their side. And
they don't know when in the activity it's going to happen, right? So it could happen early on, it could happen later.
Yep.
But only happens once per
Only
activity.
once.
Yeah, gotcha.
And it's like a sneak attack on you
One
at
of the
any
fun
moment.
dynamics here too is
You got to be on the
playing
lookout,
waiting game.
dude.
You can instill a little bit of anxiety in that team you're invading. So you don't have to hop in immediately and go guns blazing. You can wait until they're at a pivotal moment where they're like, "Where is this guy?
Yeah,
What's
wait
going to
until
happen?
they fight the boss.
It's been 3 minutes. Where are
Wait
they?"
until someone breaks off to go find a chest.
Yeah. Oh man. So in terms of balancing
That's
as well, are
cold-blooded.
there any like extra
That's
abilities or
cold-blooded.
things that invaders are going to have at their disposal, or is it just a match of the renegade abilities?
It's mostly renegade abilities, though. Invaders will have, some on a super, no heavy, and when they come in, we do highlight the PvE, the defender players, just so like they have a little bit of an idea where to go, and they can use that knowledge to kind of plan their initial attack.
Cool. Yeah, and it's been a bit of a balancing act as you've been going through this in the different cycles. In Gambit, like, we juice that invader because it's a 1v4. In this, because you have the chaos of the lawless frontier and all that kind of stuff. Like, you want it to be tilted a little bit because it's 1v3, but also you want to make sure if players are opting into this, they still have a fighting chance.
Yeah.
So.
And there's also the element of the non-regenerating health, which is a larger health pool, right? We've tuned it so it's more or less the same TTKs or time to kills as you have in Crucible, but players don't regenerate health, so you kind of have to take that into account when you are, when you're
There's some attrition
invading.
that can happen, like for the invader, where they can kind of wear people down if they're not paying attention.
We have our invader in their ready room. Let's talk about their shank buddy here.
Yeah, here's our little shank buddy. You want to speak to any of these abilities there?
Yeah, so we have 9 renegade abilities here. Huge shout out to Cat Sayers and the
So I
rest
guess
of
we're getting
the
ready to show a
tech
guy
design
going in
team
to
for all
invade.
their
He's
work
in the
on
ready
these.
room.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like right now we
I
got
wonder if
Nate
so are they
picking
gonna show
the
this
Imperium
guy-
Behemoth and the drop pod, but yeah, there's a variety of ones to choose from. We got multiple We have 3 different vehicles, and each of those vehicles have different upgrades with different functionality.
Yeah, and the Behemoth has like 3 or 4 versions of it too.
Yeah. There's like missiles and the audio and everything is.
Okay, so this
good.
is the Invader.
Our Invader has started. It looks like.
So it looks like it is
toward
one
our
guy though
targets
coming in to
and
invade.
preparing to throw that coin. So you can see there they clicked that right stick. And that is going to ready the ability. They then throw the ability and just drop the drop pod to get some heavy ammo. Yeah.
Yep.
So need some heavy ammo to go into battle.
And Tom, before we were hopping in here before the stream, we were talking about like the size of the maps and how as an invader, like the first few runs, you might feel maybe a little lost because there's a lot of space to cover. But as you get more acquainted with Europa or Venus or Mars, you can find better paths to get directly to the combat, right?
Yeah, these are some of our bigger maps we built. They're more comparable to like our larger public spaces that we build in Destiny. And again, there's 6 of them, and like there's any number of arenas these PvE players can be in that you're going to be.
So our Invader just wiped one out with the Thunder Crash and tried to hide and throw out the beacon for the
Walker.
The Walker, yeah, or the Imperium Behemoth as we call it. But then got needle stormed right before they could jump into it.
Oh,
So that's one of those
dude, that would have been
strategic
tight if
moments
you would have
of,
been
like,
able to get into that
how do I
the
put chess
Behemoth
pieces
though.
down? How do I approach this and all
that was interesting because they invalidated that beacon before they could use it. So the timing was impeccable.
Oh man. Oh boy, what was I just talking about? The size of the maps. Yeah, in rewards, I wanted to ask really quick too. So as you're wagering, you add more and more. Is there like a cap? Is it double the amount of rewards, or do you have?
It goes up to triple. So each additional death mark you put down is
okay.
Oh, he's getting in the Behemoth. He's getting in the Behemoth.
Jumping in. We're already taking a lot of damage.
And the more
I don't know if he's gonna do it.
Dang.
Oh, he bailed.
Oh, he bailed out of it.
Did they get him? Who got who?
Oh, we had so many conversations leading into this of like, hey, we need to make sure Nate hold back a little bit. And now I think one of our gameplay folks is just like, oh, Nate, you're mine.
They took down that Behemoth pretty quickly.
No, going back to rewards, the better you do as an invader, the more rewards you're going to get. So each kill, each crest you put on the scoreboard equals more rewards. And then those get multiplied by your wager.
Cool. All right.
So Invader got defeated twice. The Invader has, you said, 3 lives?
3 lives. And then you can see up at the top of the screen it says Invader present still. So they're
oh, he's coming back for revenge. And it's immediately shut down.
Shut down with the 3.
He's not doing so well. He's not doing so well.
He's
not doing so well.
3 coin wager too, or the 3 death mark wager.
He made a little bit there.
Good job.
So that's the. I'm gonna put a little elbow in the ribs. The gambit you're taking. Ha 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 ha. So, all right, we've gone through some Renegades content, rewards, all that kind of stuff. I would love to shift focus a little bit to our general rewards update. So in the portal, in a bunch of different activities, we're going to have some new weapons that we're offering. We also have an armor refresh for a bunch of our activities. And Bjorn, I'm going to put the spotlight on you. So starting with our Vanguard.
You guys, all I gotta say is the stuff they got cracking right now on this is going to be awesome. I'm actually really looking forward to a lot of the stuff that they're implementing into this, you guys. Obviously, you guys can go and check out the devs report thing, review, and see the full flow. There's some stuff that I kind of skipped on and stuff like that in the end of this and everything. There's some other stuff, the exotic and all that stuff. But I want to just get a little general idea of what's going on with this whole thing, because it's looking woo sweet, baby. Yes, it's looking sweet, baby, and there's enough here that may actually bring me an M-Bomb 66 back into the mix of Destiny 2, because it looks like they're moving in a different direction. Something that's kind of making me like go, I'm liking this. The lightsabers, the Star Wars themes of things, the blasters, the new implement of your ships, and what they can kind of do now. It's bringing in a whole new, mix of things, and the PvP is going to be key as well and everything, because that's like, something I really want to, get into is the PvP. Like, how's that going to be and everything. I forgot what they got. If they talk anything about the PvP way. Let me just see something. If they talk anything,
chasing down throughout the end game and maybe even invasion.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, we showed it on the screen. Red invasions. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay, moving right along, ending out our show, we're going to be covering what is going on through the end of the year. So, during the launch window, we'll also have some weapons up to slate. Fusion rifle is a returning favorite, I believe.
Yep. Yeah. Riptide's coming back. We have a new aggressive.
They're kind of talking about more weapons. I know somewhere in here they talked about
excellent perks on here. I know a lot of people.
So like, hey, we need to make
as
sure
well
Nate
in this
pulled back
thing
a little
too,
bit.
but. You know, there's going to be a lot of things that's just going to be freaking the next level, and I'm sure they're going to show more developer live stream stuff. Possibly the next one will probably be even more so with the PvP and how that works. This was obviously showing a little bit of that PvP, but with the whole bounty hunter thing. So you guys, stay tuned. We're really looking forward to seeing what else is going to be coming with this Renegades. It's going to be here pretty soon, actually. I think within the next 5 days or so. Some people are already getting to jump in on it and mess around with it. I think S-Cross, I think he got to play a little bit of it. You might want to check his channel out and see what he's got going, because I think he got to play a little bit of it. And he is a Destiny freak, so he'll tell you all things Destiny. You know me, we play everything and so forth. So but this could be the thing that gets me back into the mix, because I wasn't feeling Destiny after a while. I was starting to go like, Destiny just ain't hitting like the way it used to do, and it's just kind of getting a little stale to me. This could be the very thing that could bring them back. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Is this something that you might be interested in? Is the Star Wars theme enough to bring you back into the mix? We'll soon see. And I'm really thinking about at least giving it a try, testing it out. Now, I think the expansion is like $39.99, $40, something like that. So, we'll check into that. And that's not too bad. And from what it's showing and all the stuff that they're bringing to the table here, even the animation's even badass. You guys see the animation on some of the stuff? And so that is looking like top quality. They're bringing the graphic level even better. So I'm very curious about the new Renegade abilities, along with the abilities that we already have, like Strand and all that stuff. So you guys, they're looking at some new stuff here. They're looking at new builds and all these different things. It could be something that might bring you back into the mix, especially if you're an RPG shooter kind of guy. This Destiny look like it's found its one trois. You know how I do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm TJ Quake, the Ghetto Gamer. If you like what you see here, please like, subscribe, follow on Twitch and YouTube and all that wonderful stuff. Love to have you guys aboard. We do game streams of War Robots and the finals and Marvels, and could be coming back to some Destiny. Yes. Oh, yes. So stay tuned for all that and more upcoming news on that stuff. I was going to do a little talk on the whole Steam Machine thing, but everybody's already been there and done that. I hear the price is going to be a little stiff. Yeah. And everything. We'll see. They're trying to compete with Xbox and PlayStation, and I think Xbox and PlayStation got something similar coming out. So I don't know. We'll see. So anyways, you guys, peace. Love and all that love. And also, you guys, I forgot to start at the beginning of the show. Every time I want to thank Lord Jesus Christ for giving us air, giving us life, making us still keeping us healthy. Thank your Lord Jesus Christ out there. You guys, if y'all follow God, thank him today for allowing you to live another day so that you guys can enjoy the wonders that he's placed here on this planet for us. Follow him and nothing will go wrong. I guarantee it. All right, you guys. Peace, love, and soul. Soul Train. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Let's do this. TJ Quake, the Ghetto Gamer. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. I'm TJ Quake, the Ghetto Gamer, on this gaming thing. Gonna bang 'em up, gonna shoot 'em up, right here on the gaming string. Bang, bang, blaze 'em all up. TJ Quake, we bust 'em like 1, 2, 3, here we go.